In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I would make $10,000 per month if my life depended on it. Now, when we get to 30,000 subs on YouTube, I'll give away $2,000. All you need to do to win that money is to watch the video until the end, to subscribe, and to share it with a friend. And I also have a gift for you. In the description of this video, you will find a free training where I share with you everything I did step by step to go from zero to over $1,200 per day with 95% in profit. And right now, a few more spots have opened up for the free consultation call with me, where together we'll come up with a game plan for you to go from zero to 5K plus per month with your online business in 90 days. The link will be in the description below. So the first step is I would pick a business model that doesn't require lots of sales to make a lot of money. So here, as you can see on my screen, I'm sure you know at least one of them, right? For example, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, TikTok shop, affiliate marketing, print on demand, building a strong community. But to be honest, out of all of these businesses, strong communities would be the best. Why? Because it's a digital product. You don't have to deal with shipping, inventory, etc. And so your margins are much higher. But the issue is it still takes a lot of sales to make a lot of money and a big audience, which 99.9% of people don't even have. So with those businesses, how many sales would you need to make $10,000? Well, let's take a look. If let's say your average price, it was $50 per product, so every time somebody buys from you, you make $50, how many sales do you need? You need 200 sales per month. And if you think, oh well, surely that's easy because it's cheap, that tells me you've never tried. Now what about this on the right side of the screen? What is this picture? Well, this is simply helping people to fix painful problems. And to give you actual examples, some of my customers, they help people to get in shape. That's it. I help people to build a profitable business online. Some of my customers, they help businesses to get more leads. They help closers to get more deals, etc. I also have people who help others to invest in the stock market or to learn a language to overcome social anxiety. So as you can see, it's very different compared to these business models. Like if we remove school aside, these businesses, they feel like a gimmick because that's exactly what they are. Whereas here, we focus on solving real painful problems for people, on bringing real value, and that's why we get paid a lot. So how many sales would we need to make $10,000? Let's say the average price or transaction per customer, it's the $2,000 service we're going to provide. Well, we would only need 5 sales. Now, a big misconception I see is that people think, oh, but surely it's more difficult to sell a $2,000 product to less people as opposed to selling a cheap product to more people. But the truth is no, because people who pay the least, they usually don't want to spend any money. But when somebody's willing to pay $2,000 to solve a painful problem, chances are they would have paid 3K, 4K, even more than that sometimes. And because we solve painful problems for people, the value is much higher because it's not just about selling a lamp on Shopify or on Amazon FBA or reselling the same products as everybody else and getting tiny affiliate commissions. This is real business. This is a gimmick. And so if you don't believe me, let's take a look at what the numbers have to say, because they don't lie at the end of the day. So we're going to do the math to $10,000 per month with coaching, so our business model, versus most online business models. So with most of these businesses, let's say you earn $10,000. How much is actual profit? 5 to 20% only. So it's not that much. Because in terms of the cost, you've got the shipping costs, the softwares, the returns, the refunds, the staff, the inventory, the ads, the influencer marketing, etc. So in reality, you're left with $500 to $2,000. But hey, you've got to pay taxes, right? Unless you live in Dubai. But for example, let's say you have a 25% corporate tax. You would get to keep $375 to $1,500 after tax. Can you see how small this is? Initially, you made 10K, but you only keep, not even a third of it. If you Google it, you will find out that this is less money than people make working at a fast food joint. Can you even believe it? And now some people will say, oh yeah, but we could make $100,000 with dropshipping or affiliate marketing or Amazon FBA or TikTok shop. And technically, yes, you could. But most people never even get to make 10K per month with these businesses. So what makes you think you'd make 100K more easily? So with our business model, let's say we earn the same amount, $10,000. How much do we keep? Because that's the only thing that actually matters. We keep 95% in profit. And the reason for that is super simple. All it costs us is a bit of our time and knowledge. That's it. And so if we do the math, 95% of $10,000, it's $9,500. And let's say we pay the same corporate tax, 25%. Well, after corporate tax, we are left with $7,125 after tax. Now let's move on to step 2. If I wanted to go from 0 to 10K as quickly as possible, like my life depended on it, I would focus only on one business model and drop everything else, except the things that I can't. For example, like school, a job, or things like sports, because a sport, for example, it's still very important. So as you can see, like what most people do is they try to invest in the stock market and to do drop shipping and to do Amazon FBA and to have a TikTok shop and whatever, and they just get so damn distracted. All the successful people I talked to, when they were just starting out, when they were making less than 100K, less than 300K per month, they were just focusing on one single thing. And then they can get employees, they can diversify, they can invest in more companies. And that's why you can see rich people, managing 50 companies or something. But they didn't get started like that. First, you build something, and once it's successful, once it makes you a lot of money consistently, you hire and you delegate as much as possible. And only then can you go into other ventures. But not at first. It's like if you're trying to learn a language. Wouldn't it be simpler to learn one language? Let's say Spanish, as opposed to trying to learn Chinese, Italian, Japanese, Mandarin, whatever. It would be stupid. First you learn Spanish, then when you're good at it, you can learn German, for example. One step at a time. The same thing applies to business. The third step I would like to share with you is to identify the 20% of activities that give you 80% of the results. So this is called the Pareto principle. And you will see that in life, it often applies to literally everything. For example, only 20% of the people in the world have 80% of the wealth. And if we're being honest, it's even more than that. So distribution is not linear. It's often very skewed in one direction in particular. And even if you look in your day-to-day life, 80% of the time, you're eating only the same 20% of foods. Or 80% of the time, you're wearing the same clothes over and over again, even though you have a full wardrobe. 80% of the time, you've got the same thoughts on repeat. So this principle applies literally in every aspect of your life. And so for me, I identified the 20% of activities that gave me 80% of the results, and that's what I found out. For me, it was simply making content and taking sales calls. That's it. If I could focus on these two activities all day pretty much, then I knew I was going to make a lot of money. So that's what I did, and that's what happened. Because what I really want you to understand is that in business, not every task is of the same importance. You've got to prioritize the things that actually make you money. It's like sometimes people have these 4-hour-long morning routines, and then it's 10 a.m. they still haven't done any work. I'm recording this right now. It's 7:01 a.m. I woke up at 6:15, I made myself some tea, and then I went straight to my computer to do some work and to record this video. Step number 4. I would go to sleep earlier, wake up earlier, and not touch my phone for the first 2 to 6 hours of the day. And I would even go as far as activating grayscale mode on my phone. The one thing I saw a lot of people doing, it's that they wake up and they just check their phone. That's the first thing they do when they wake up. If you do this, you are literally frying your focus because you're giving your brain dopamine from the start of the day. And the worst part is, lots of people, they still have their notifications on while they sleep. So it's like they wake up, they turn off their alarm, and then what do they see? They've got all of these notifications from friends, from families, from social media apps, and now of course they want to open them because they get curious. And so before they even realize it, they've opened up TikTok and now they just lost 30 minutes, looking at funny cat memes or political reels or whatever. That's how you waste your time. That's how you fry your brain power literally from the start of the day. So as you can see here, this is what grayscale mode looks like. I currently have it on my phone, and so I basically have an option to schedule like a bedtime mode. So it's like at 9 p.m. my phone turns gray, and then it only stops at 12, so at noon, because I typically try to not touch my phone until noon. And so as you can see, even if you have notifications, it doesn't look as enticing. You don't necessarily want to click on it, as opposed to when it's in full color and when you see it's a red notification. And by the way, who's got 17,000 Gmail notifications? Come on. Now, step number 5, I would reinvest all my money in my education and business to grow it faster. The thing that lots of people do is that they don't reinvest anything. And so they don't benefit from this kind of compound effect. They just make money and then they lose money. And I would know because the amount of people I talk to on a daily basis and on a weekly basis, it's like I've spoken to hundreds of people at this point, and I've been able to really see the behind the scenes into the financials of most people. And like it's alarming to me, like how people get money with a paycheck, for example, and then they just spend it immediately. They don't even have a safety net, some kind of emergency fund or anything. But if you want to grow in business, you've got to create a positive feedback loop. Because as you can see, you never break the chain. So it's like you make money with your business, then you reinvest in your education, in softwares, in mentors, in this or that. It can be anything. You reinvest money, and then boom, it goes back in the business. And then you make some more money because of the things that you learned. And now it goes back into your business. You reinvest. And now instead of being, let's say, 5,000, it becomes 10,000. All the way until it becomes $1 million. See? See how fast it can go? Lots of people, they think, oh, I need to invest in the stock market or in real estate. And I would say, yes, you can. But at first, just reinvest everything in your business and in your education. Because you're never going to make money as fast as you would with a business. The other day I was speaking with a man who was between 40 to 50 years old, and he had been investing for literally decades in the stock market, and he still wasn't financially free. He still couldn't travel the world, and he still couldn't buy the house of his dreams. So that tells you everything. First, you get rich as quickly as possible with a business, and then you invest some of it in the stock market or real estate to keep getting richer and to secure yourself against inflation, but you don't do it the other way around. Now be honest, if you already knew how to make $10,000 per month online, you would have done it already. Which is why right now, in the description of this video, you will find a free training I made for you where I show you exactly how I went from zero to over $1,200 per day with my own business. All of that with 95% in profit. That way, all you've got to do is to copy me. And right now, a few more spots have opened up for the free consultation call with me. Where together, we'll come up with a game plan for you to go from 0 to 5K plus per month with your business in 90 days or less. But be quick because our limited spots fill up extremely quickly. And to be honest, I don't even know for how long I'm going to keep making this offer. With that being said, I will see you on the other side.